Hello, so now we'll start with the next layers. Okay, so I'm looking at these nails over here, like screws almost. Okay, so I'll create them all on one layer. Okay, so I would color pick one of these darker brown color. Then I'll just do a paintbrush of this silhouette. Actually, I think I want it to be a little bit darker, so I'll just adjust it to be a bit darker. Okay, once I have a nice button, I'm just gonna duplicate it a few times. Okay, and then now I'm gonna use my dodge. I'm on dodge highlights. Then I'm gonna, on the same layer, I'm gonna add the highlight to this. So note that I'm clicking a lot of times and then I'm slowly putting this button to work. Okay, you see, I'm actually pressing it a lot of times and then I'm focusing on one spot. So there's this one spot that becomes really hot. Oh. And the reason I don't want to duplicate this differently because their hotspots are different, and then the way you dodge them makes it different, so it's a little bit organic. Okay, dodge, 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 dodge. I'm clicking a lot of times. Huh? It's almost like 20-30 clicks. I prefer to do it slowly and subtly, so I don't want to use a very high exposure, but I'm going to click it a lot of times like this. Okay, slowly making them come out. And then for this one, it's more like on the edge over here. So on the edge on the right side, I'm going to dodge it. See if I can create a halo around it. Maybe not. If this doesn't work, I'll just work on another layer. I think maybe not. Maybe just a little bit. Let me see. Very subtle. Okay, I'll dodge on this side instead. So there's this indent, and then there's a see-through of the hole below. Let me see if I can draw for you to see. So there's a marking of a hole over here. So here the refraction is a bit brighter inside. So trying to get that. Then let me erase this off a little bit. And then so I'll make the darker hole below. I have to keep this way sharper, so I'm gonna paint over. It's not working really well. Okay, paint over works better. And on the right side, I'll just burn this area. I'll shape it a bit also. So just erasing. And this left side here, I want to keep it brighter. Okay, just a little bit more. Okay, almost done. And then actually, I think we got the intensity quite right, but looks to be a bit too yellowish on our highlights. So I want to probably this one I want to make it a bit smaller. So I want to select these three and then I'll do a hue saturation, just desaturate them a little bit. Okay, so for now, kind of works. Oh, so and then they don't look too duplicated also because our dodge is different. The way we dodge it is different. Oh, the way we add the highlights is different. Okay, I'm gonna start adding those on the right side. Same method. Let me pick a darker color actually. Oh, it's already really dark. Trying to shape one of these first. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna darken this, so I'm gonna burn it. And now I'll use my dodge. Just focus on the highlights areas. Dodge a lot of times. Slowly push this out. This is not too bright also, so I don't want to overdo it based on reference. Button needs to be bigger, so let this be a bit bigger. I'll desaturate this again. Control U. Maybe on the corners, the bottom, just make it darker. Add the shadow. Okay, this seems to work. Okay, I'll duplicate this. Few times. After duplicating, I want to make sure each of them at least looks a bit different. So I'm gonna use my brush stroke to smush them a bit, actually. I'm gonna redo some of this. Okay, so burn it down. Okay, dodge it back. Okay, maybe for my dodge, I'll use dodge midtones, so it adds more white instead of just because I'm realizing my things looks more and more saturated, and then I need to desaturate it later. So maybe I'll just use dodge midtones. And I'm trying to follow closer to the reference how the highlights go. Okay. This one looks kind of off, so I'll just delete that. Hold down V and I press alternate and drag, so I duplicated it on the same layer. It's going to paint these two buttons also. One button, button. Button. Clean up the edges. Dodge. It's becoming greenish, so I better use dodge highlights. This layer, I'll call it screws. Okay. I can press dodge a lot of times, and you push this out. Use your left hand to make the brush size of dodge bigger and smaller as you go along. Your left hand, don't be lazy. And so you tweak the size up and down as you go. So you also be refining the edge. On some of this, so they look. Each of these will look a little bit different when it's finished. Burn the bottom to make the bottom part darker. And I'm gonna make the hotspot, one hotspot stronger here. So very small dodge brush. Keep it small, keep it hot on one spot. So you realize the material of metal is, there's hot spots like this. It's more obvious. Yeah, just now I'm using mid-tone, so it's a bit more white. Maybe I want to go back a bit. I'll use the tone range as highlight instead. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, I think it's better this time. I want it to be a bit more saturated. So you do have to be picky about how saturated or how desaturated your final highlight is. You know, you want to have that control. You want to be able to tell the difference. You want to be able to feel the difference and go back to adjust it if you need to. Let me adjust this screw to be a bit bigger. Edges, keep it dark. And later I'll delete some of these excess ones. Erase. Okay, so now I work on these two holes on top. Keep it sharp and round. So I want to create the illusion of the thickness here side. If you can see, painting is 2D, but you need to visualize it as 3D. And there's thickness in this holes, this metal plate that's inside. So we need to show the thickness of the metal. Okay, adjust the position a little bit better. Okay, how about this one? Leave a bit of hint of something thickness inside. Okay, we haven't deal with the surrounding colors here yet, so that will help also. Okay, so those are the layers for the screw right now. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.